round three, I'll be reviewing this movie. It is on Netflix called Aspera Ad Astra. And this movie, it is from China. I think this movie came out there earlier this year, but finally this movie, it is on Netflix. And this movie, it is kind of like a sci-fi movie about this spaceship. It is going, like it's traveling somewhere, and we see all the space member on this spaceship. They are sleeping, obviously, in cryo chamber. But once a space technician, when he wakes up and he sees that, the spaceship, it is in trouble. Like there's some AI did some technical stuff that spaceship, it is in danger. So he need to fix it. So he wakes up the captain of the ship, and we see she is this I guess the captain, but in this movie we see these people, like to wake them up, all these people, they're in their dream world. So you have to go to their dream world and somehow you have to wake them up. So of course, obviously, when he need to fix the ship, he need to wake up the captain. And we see when she wakes up, she sees she need to wake up more people to fix the ship, basically. Then we see this movie goes from there. So first of all, I must say, when I read the synopsis for this movie, it is kind of like, human versus AI and everything. I think that when I was watching it, I felt like this is not the core of this movie. This core of this movie still is about human, their drama, right? And that is what I like here. All the characters in this movie, they are quite good. This movie, it is overall, I thought it is very interesting concept. Same time, this kind of plot line, I feel like most people have seen it before. So this idea, this spaceship going somewhere, and on the way, some of this problem they face is nothing new, I guess. From that perspective, I feel like this movie story is nothing new. However, this movie does something very unique and interesting, that the characters in this movie, the way they act, they are kind of like, especially the main guy, the way he acts, he's very funny, charming, he's cracking joke all the time and everything, which I was like, oh wow. Especially when you're watching a space movie, usually they're very happy, right? Like they're usually very happy and emotional, because obviously you're going somewhere, and if your space breaks down or something, that can be very traumatizing, waking up from sleep and everything. So this movie really brings this light-hearted nature here, which can be turned off for some people, I guess, if you are not into this kind of light-hearted joke or something. I was really surprised the way he was acting, honestly. I was really off, but literally like, whoa, thrown off by his light-hearted joke and everything. But honestly, as the movie goes on, audience does settle down into this light-hearted nature for this movie, I felt like. So, audience has to prepare. This movie, it is also very colorful, like really shockingly very colorful, this movie, especially sci-fi movie, usually they always look very dark, and they always have this, dark nature to the color scheme. Most of time are not colorful, but this movie, it is very colorful. Every dream sequence, they're really colorful. Sometimes they're really funny, and when I was watching it, I was just like, wow. So this movie, it is very entertaining, I must say. I was definitely entertained, the way this dream thing happened to these people. This is really, I have never seen it. So I was like really interested by that. I was like, whoa, this is really, really very funny. However, as the movie goes on, obviously, there's some difficulties, obviously, spaceship, it has some problem, and, the sacrifice need to be made. And how this movie ends, I must have said, the way it ended, just like, wow. Like, I guess it tried to make the character heroic end of it. So that's like, it still is a very good idea, I guess. Overall, this movie is shockingly, it is like it is the tone for this movie. It is very mixed tone. It has like it is quite funny. All the dream sequence, funny and colorful. All this thing happening. Even one guy, he was like, spoiler, I suppose. He turned. He's a dog. Like what the? That was really funny. And these characters, all of them, all their dream sequences and the dream backstory, sometimes they are very funny, and like it's really different than what you expect as an audience. Once again, most people will be watching this sci-fi movie and they'll be shocked how lighthearted and funny this movie can be at a time. But I guess the core of this movie, what I really like is the characters are very, very likable. Even this lead actress who's the captain, I liked her a lot. She's very likable. Of course, the lead actor, he is so funny and likable. I liked him also. Also, the guy who wakes up and technician, right? All these people who wake up and they try to deal with this thing happening. The way they deal in this movie, it was quite interesting. Overall, I thought this movie was very interesting watch for me. Like I have, like as I explained, only the tone is kind of like a, it will throw off some people, but same time it still is very entertaining. That is why I'm trying to give a heads up. Like this isn't making this movie bad by any means. Like it's nothing wrong with making a different type. Let's talk about the CGI about this movie. I thought the CGI looked good, honestly. This movie's production design overall, it looks good. Especially although I gotta be a little bit honest here about this movie. Sometimes the character, they have all this thing like the how the water supply or this supply or that. I was just like, they do have a lot of stuff. I was like, wow, it's really, I guess, a well-stocked ship. They have all the things they need there, which is like, oh wow. Like as it goes on, they do face some problem, but at the beginning, I was just like, whoa, they have everything they need. That's the only thing I felt a little bit like, maybe it's different. Like usually you don't have all the things, right? You have to ration stuff. This one, they have enough for everything. Like movie starts with, but as it goes on, it was okay. I overall thought this movie, it looks really different than what I thought. Production design good, all the acting good, all the character most people will like. It's really very, very well liked character you are watching. Overall, this was very interesting, honestly. And I was not expecting this movie to be this much entertaining and very watchable, that I personally really like. And that's my thought on this. Let me know in the comment, what do you think about this movie? If you enjoyed this review, don't watch your other reviews on other movies. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe. Until I see you next time, please take